All right, on today's show, we are exploring really important TikTok updates that marketers need to know about, including TikTok is usually very innovative, right? They've changed a lot about this industry, but they kind of stolen an idea from Amazon that could dramatically increase sales for brands. So we'll update you on that. Also, a reason to publish your videos on TikTok first, then publish them as shorts and reels, and new ways to do some research on TikTok for content and trends and different things like that. We're going to get into all of that right now. My name is Jerry Potter. Yes, it rhymes with the boy wizard, host of the Social Media Marketing Talk Show, a production from Social Media Examiner. We break down all the latest social media news and what it means for marketers like you. Today, I'm joined by Kenya Kelly. Kenya is a TikTok and Instagram Reels expert and runs a social media agency and is also host of the Kenya Kelly podcast. Kenya, welcome to the show.
Yay! Hey, Jerry. Good to see you.
So let's start off with this new option for saving your videos on TikTok. This is something I never thought would happen, but what's
Mhm.
the opportunity here?
Yeah, so there's a lot that's happening with that, which of course we're all very excited about. And it's where before you actually post your videos to TikTok, you are going to see a little button that says download. And they've been testing this for quite a while, but now you are able to just click that button and you immediately are able to download your TikTok videos without the watermark. But also, it's going to give you options. So now you're going to see a little pop up at the bottom that's going to say save with watermark or download without it, which I think is amazing. One, it's a way to have your watermark on your content if someone wants to reshare it, but also if you want to repurpose your content.
And my understanding, and tell me if this is incorrect, is basically if you have to upload it to TikTok to save it without the watermark. Is that right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Which is really smart on their part because now they're letting you save it without the watermark as long as they get it first.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you have to have shot it in TikTok, and then before you hit post, then you click that button.
yeah, because that's just kind of been this dilemma for marketers and creators for years now. It's like, okay, well, where do I post first? And TikTok was like, all right,
Mhm.
we'll let you have it without the watermark as long as we get it first. So
Exactly, because
smart on
Instagram
their
you
part.
can't do that.
Yeah, yeah. All right. And another thing I never thought would come to TikTok is now custom covers or thumbnails. We've always only been able to, you choose well, it's not an image. You choose like an animated thing and then get to add your text. But now you can
Yes.
completely customize these.
Oh, yeah. So now on that same screen where you are able to put little text as a cover, now you're able to create or add a custom thumbnail, which I think is a really great thing, especially when you are creating content on a regular basis and you're trying to draw people into whatever you want to draw them into. That custom thumbnail really is going to help people with their feeds to get more people to watch more of their content.
Well, and even though we have this on Instagram and it can be really helpful, I feel like TikTok more than any other platform will serve up older videos and somebody
Mhm,
can discover you for anything. And I don't know if you look at
mhm.
this in your insights, but I talk to people all the time where they're like, yeah, every once in a while, a video from a year ago will all of a sudden get a bunch of new views. And then all my videos get 1,000 more views. And I'm like,
Yep.
that's so cool. So now when somebody checks out your profile, you can grab their attention really
Mhm.
quickly. Do you know if you
Yep.
can add it to older videos? Have you tried that?
I don't see where you're able to do that yet. I
Okay.
think that this is their first round of it. And I'm not sure if they would do that. I mean, I don't think can you do that on Instagram? I don't know if you can do that on Instagram, right?
I believe you can. I don't do
Okay.
custom thumbnails because I just
Me
found that
neither.
the ROI for the time wasn't worth it. But
No.
I know for certain brands it makes sense. So
Yes.
yeah,
I think
okay.
that if Instagram has it, then TikTok eventually will because their job is to be number one. So and we can do that on YouTube. So I think that it's probably going to happen with TikTok because it just makes sense that you're able to add thumbnails if you're able to do it before you post, that they'll add it for after you post.
YouTube Shorts actually came out at one point. I think this was last year, and they said we're not like you can choose your thumbnail when you upload to
Mhm.
mobile from your video, but we're not planning to allow custom
Oh, wait, they
thumbnails
changed
because they
that.
just yeah, it's crazy because when they said it, it sounded like, oh, that's never gonna like we're never gonna do that. So just because
Mhm.
they don't come up very often in like most of the time when people see it, they start playing. It's not sitting somewhere. But
Right.
yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Other TikTok updates to know about. TikTok has launched what they're calling the TikTok App Center. So what can you tell us about this?
Yeah. So when I was looking at that, I said, okay, what's really going on here? And I just feel like that they are maybe they're just trying to enhance. I don't really know a whole lot about what's going on there, but it just feels like they're trying to help you discover more things. Is that what you got from that?
Yeah, I guess, as I look at it, it's all third party tools, right? So it's apps that
Right.
can work with them, and it's definitely leaning toward the advertiser side as opposed to the organic side. But
Yeah.
I guess it's nice to know because over the years, different social networks have had apps that have come out, and then you find out they're not an official partner, and it can mess with your
Yeah.
standing in the algorithm and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
um, but
Yeah, I
yeah, I think
wonder if
that's the
that's
main
gonna
thing.
be like, because we all have been waiting on apps like High Level and ManyChat to be part of DM automation. I wonder if there's like, because they're getting ready to open up more of the API for other things. I'm like,
Mm.
I'm not sure, you know?
Yeah, yeah, that could be interesting to see if that happens. So,
Mhm.
all right, a new way to research stuff on TikTok from your computer, which we'll go over here in just a second. But a quick reminder, we don't know what we don't know, right? You don't know what you don't know. And one of the biggest challenges as marketers that we face is knowing where to invest our time and energy to get the best results. We invest in the wrong thing. We find ourselves going down a rabbit hole that costs time and money. If you're looking for the easier way, if you're looking for a fast track for your marketing results, consider joining us at Social Media Marketing World. I can't believe it's coming up again already. It is the place that marketers go when they want to learn proven strategies from experts. One attendee said, "This conference changed my life in many ways. It changed my vision, changed the way that I was approaching my strategies in marketing, and I made wonderful connections." It really is about the people as well. You can learn all about it and secure your ticket today. Just go to socialmediamarketing.world. Again, socialmediamarketing.world. So, a couple of ways to know now more about what's going on TikTok, and one of them is just the ability to look at things a little bit differently from desktop. I love
Mhm.
working from desktop, so this always
Mhm.
excites me. So, what is this update, Kenya?
Yeah. So the newest update is that when you are on TikTok desktop and you're on someone's profile, you're going to be able to click on what is, popular or what's trending from a creator. You're going to be able to see what of course, their recent videos are, but you're also going to be able to see the oldest videos on their account. Now, for me, I was floored when I saw this because I teach TikTok, so I often want to show people here are my old videos, right? But also, as it pertains to my popular things, sometimes you forget, what it is you put out there, but also why people are watching it again. And if you can see, oh, this is the content that is every 90 days or every 6 months or have you keeps being recirculated, well, this is going to help you with all your insights of what kind of content you should create on a regular basis. But also for brands, if brands are thinking about working with a creator, they're able to go and look at them on desktop, click on popular, and they can really see the popular content that this creator has done, or maybe they want to see where the creators come from. So I think it really gives us a way
Hmm.
to like see our old stuff, our popular stuff, but also other people.
Yeah, I didn't even think about. I love that insight is to you can use it to look at your own stuff, and go and see as a reminder sometimes because you may have an older
Hmm.
video that you never realized it was as big as it was, or whatever it might
Hmm.
be, or as we talked about a couple of minutes ago, older videos that sometimes take off 6 months later or a year
Yep.
later or anything like that. So
Hmm.
awesome. So you can access those at TikTok.com, and then they also release their What's Next trend report for 2024, which sometimes has interesting insights. Sometimes it seems like the same old stuff. So anything that jumped out from that, or did it feel kind of like the same old stuff?
To me, it felt like the same old stuff, but it felt like that they were putting more emphasis on maybe some particular brands that are they're seeing what's happening on TikTok and they have become even more a part of that culture. Like when I saw the video about like accountants versus girl math, like those of us that are on TikTok know about girl math, girl dinner, and all that. But now they're kind of showing how brands are taking what is trending with creators, but also making it a part of what it is that they're doing. Like it reminds me of what's happened right now. I'm on this campaign, big campaign, and they are doing the aura trend. Now that most people will have no idea that a brand is doing an aura trend, but they're taking here's what's happening on TikTok, here's what's been happening, what continues to happen, and how your brand can kind of be a part of that. And I think it's creative. I think that the brands that don't spend all day every day on TikTok get this opportunity to really learn what's going on in a snapshot versus spending their whole day there.
Yeah, and I swear TikTok does the brand infusion without it feeling like a paid thing better than
Yep.
anybody. because some of that stuff that you
Hands
see on
down.
there is incredible. Yeah. So e-commerce, for years, TikTok has been racing ahead in the e-commerce space. I remember when you and I first had a conversation a couple of years ago about how they were opening distribution warehouses, and it was like, oh, they're going after Amazon at
hmm
this point. And now they've launched something called the 1 million pound club, pound being the currency, which sounds like this could be a great opportunity too. So what are the key parts of this that you've seen around the 1 million pound club? What is this exactly?
Yeah. So when I was looking at it, it looks like that they're really focusing on, I know it's like Europe, because they launched the TikTok fulfillment center in Europe, where those that are selling their physical products are able to like have them inside a TikTok shop. And so what it looks like that they're doing is that if you are an e-commerce business, that you can place your products on the inside of TikTok shop. And I think they said you'll have no commission fees for your first 3 months, which is great to, of course, get someone
Yeah.
hooked and having success on the platform. But also that they're going to have it very similar to what's happening with Amazon, where now it's going to be fulfilled by TikTok from their fulfillment center. And so it looks like that they're really just on this huge push in the Euro market, because it's big in the States and obviously big over in Asia with TikTok Shop. It just feels that they're just really trying to encourage those that are in those particular countries over there to be a part of what's happening with TikTok Shop.
Well, they're removing all the barriers, right? Well, I don't want to pay commissions, and they're going to charge storage fees. Like the fact that they're not
Mhm.
going to start charge storage, so you can have them keep your inventory. Anyone who's ever
Yeah.
tried to run e-commerce out of their company or their house, and you have to fulfill everything, I mean, that is a massive
Nightmare.
barrier.
Mhm.
And the 1 million pound club is because they're trying to give you the tools to be able to grow a business or a brand to 1 million pounds,
Mhm.
which is really interesting. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see how long it lasts. Some of these things they may not offer forever.
Oh,
They were
no.
very upfront on the commissions, like we'll give you 90 days, no commissions, but
Yeah. Yeah.
after that, we're going to take our cut. So,
And that's the same with
on,
kind of everything that they do on TikTok. Like they had just subscriptions, you got it free for so many days, and now they take a percentage. So it's normal.
yeah. Oh, totally, totally. Also, the in-app shopping platform is now getting ready to launch in Spain and Ireland as early as October. So just a heads up,
Mhm.
if you are marketing in that area. And we just
Mhm.
mentioned about how TikTok was, when they started all of a sudden creating these warehouses for distribution, it's like, oh, they're going after Amazon, and
Mhm.
they kind of did something last month that was also sort of borrowed from Amazon. So, what
Mhm.
is TikTok deals for you days?
Yeah. So basically, when we had the Amazon Prime Day and everybody ran to Prime to buy whatever it is they was going to buy, TikTok was, instead of them pushing people to Amazon, they were having TikTok for you days. So I know I experienced it on TikTok during that time frame of July 9th, that you were seeing so many products being pushed on the For You page from the advertisements, from the creators that are affiliates of TikTok Shop, and they were offering discounts and a little bit more higher percentage, I felt like, for affiliates to like push the products. And so again, it's their way of saying, hey, we're here to play. Amazon has Prime days. This is TikTok for you days.
Which is, I mean, kudos to Amazon for coming up with Prime Days of how successful it's been. Because for
Yeah.
years companies have done the Christmas in July sale, and it's like,
hmm
okay, okay. They literally made their own holiday that people plan for and shop for
Yeah.
during this low season. So
hmm
good for TikTok. I haven't seen anything yet about whether they're going to do it again next year. Have you seen anything around that? Because they
No,
did it
I
July
haven't.
9th. Okay,
But I think
okay.
because it's too soon to know. But if I had to guess, I think that they probably had a lot of success with it, especially as they're driving more people into shop. I think that it's going to be bigger. I think it's probably going to be a week, and much longer than just a day.
Okay. Yeah, TikTok is obviously looking to make money off ads, but they're looking at so many other things. And I see this
hmm
similar to Apple. Like Apple used to make money off of their devices that they'd sell, right? But
hmm
now the cuts they take for the App Store and stuff like that are so much bigger. So
hmm
yeah, smart to think in these new ways. And speaking of selling everything, they're kind of doubling down on selling tickets to events. So this is a partnership with Eventbrite, right?
Yeah. So for the longest time, there's like these features that most of us never pay attention to on TikTok, where it links to the encyclopedia, links to all these different things. Well, now it's going to be linking to Eventbrite, basically. Like if I'm hosting an event, I'm going to be able to market my event, literally built into TikTok, where you can buy a ticket for an event, directly through Eventbrite, which I think is I think it's really wise, because one, right now they've been pushing physical products, but there's this whole other market that they've been missing to serve. And so now, I mean, we all like to buy, whether it's Taylor Swift tickets or it's whatever event that's going on in the
Ugh.
city. And so instead of us just going to these other apps to get access to it, TikTok is like, we're going to build that in here too, and we're going to help push that out here as well. So you never leave TikTok for anything.
Well, and no surprise that it was Eventbrite for the partnership, not just because obviously they're a big company, but years ago, Eventbrite was the only one that had the integration with Facebook events. So this is nothing
Oh,
new to them. I remember making videos about that several years ago, and it's like, hey, here's how you sell tickets to your Facebook event. And it was always an
wow.
Eventbrite
I didn't know
integration.
that.
So yeah, so it'll be interesting to see as I think about marketers, if especially if there's a way to do it for free events, but you had to like
Mm.
register, get a ticket. So I wonder if you'd be able to then register people for a webinar, like an informational thing, like a lot of LASIK centers do and stuff like that. But we'll see. Fingers crossed, right?
Well, I mean, I know how we are as marketers. We will probably start hosting webinars on Eventbrite to be able to
Yeah.
utilize TikTok. We'll probably start to navigate that, yeah.
Yeah. Or someday maybe straight up on TikTok. I know you teach
Yeah.
on TikTok on a regular basis, so not out of the
Hmm.
realm of possibility. And this
Right.
is something that is interesting to see. When the TikTok US potential ban was announced in March, it was like, okay, what's going to be the fallout? And I don't feel like I've felt a lot of fallout, but I'm not as active as you are. But
Hmm.
apparently, after that in March, ad spend dropped substantially according to some surveys. So, what did you see with that?
Yeah, so we definitely saw where, well, just in general, the people on the platform were afraid to spend money on the platform, afraid to hire these TikTok ad agencies to and put their budget towards things because they didn't really know how soon it was going to go away. They didn't know how many people were going to leave the platform, and so of course TikTok saw quite the drop in ad sales, in ad revenue. And I'm seeing that even as a regular creator, because they are really pushing me to utilize TikTok promote. And then my ads account, I'm getting more emails than ever to run
Hmm.
ads. They're giving you, it's kind of like when Google will give you those free $300 or whatever.
Yeah.
TikTok is doing the same thing, trying to get you hooked using their ads by giving you free money or whatever. So it doesn't surprise me that they had numbers drop, but hopefully after the election, everything goes back to normal.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because if I was still at an agency when that happened, because what happens when people advertise less? Prices go down,
Correct.
right? So the people who keep advertising sometimes still benefit. And
Mhm.
again, when I was the CMO at an agency, I never would have thought, oh, everybody's going to leave TikTok. Like after the announcement, I would think traffic might have gone up
Mhm.
initially. So maybe there's an
Yeah.
opportunity there.
Well,
So
some brands stayed. Like brands like McDonald's still stayed. Brands like Amazon still stayed and put their money there. There were some of them that kept on going, but some of the newer ones I felt were just like, I don't know. But the big boys had the money to spend, and so they spent it.
well, anyone who already knew their ROI would be more
Hmm.
likely to hang around. But anyone who was testing and experimenting, I can totally see like, yeah, let's not do that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure for some agencies, the clients said, I don't want to spend any of our money there. I'm sure
Yeah.
that was some of it too.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Hmm.
All right. Quick reminder to get your ticket for Social Media Marketing World. You can get your all access ticket right now. Just go to socialmediamarketing.world. And Kenya, where's the best place for people to discover more about you?
For sure. So you guys, you can listen to my podcast. It's called the Kenya Kelly Podcast. And I am on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and obviously TikTok under Kenya Kelly.
And if you love podcasts, a couple more for your listening lineup, the Social Media Marketing Podcast, as well as our new show, AI Explored, which is fantastic. Until next time, may you be wise with your marketing decisions. Take care, everybody. Bye.